If you listen very carefully, you might just hear the monsoon rains in the background. India is still a land of acceptance, as Ruskin Bond calls it, just, in spite of the make our country great again times that we live in. Here is no different, and that ideology holds water, like a fucking sieve. It's still the playground of the gods, and the billion poor and obscure. Cut from a cloth of many colours, the die is cast and the middle class boom. But money is only as real as religion, and it doesn't grow on trees, because money is not natural. Kites wheel and glide below me in the endless sky that drapes itself across the valley. Crows occasionally leap from the pines that line the steep slopes and battle with the kites noisily midair for scraps. I've heard they even fuck with the eagles sometimes. Rosy starlings sleep in the corner on a ledge on the way to the communal toilet. The guesthouse owner lets them stay. Apparently they bring good luck. My single room in the back looks onto a half hemmed in garden, an array of beautiful chaos. One large flower grows there, and I saw my first hummingbird today, pollinating it in the afternoon. A lady sleeps in the stairwell nearby, wrapped in blankets, seemingly set up to die. She never gets up. Every day she gets a bit weaker. People buy her biscuits, and some have tried to arrange charities to help, me included. But she angrily refuses it all. Nobody knows her story. She speaks a language from far away. All in all, she seems ready to pass. With all that she has left, some blankets and a semblance of her dignity. The lady in the stairwell reminds me of my poor old dad the drunk, like father like son for much of my life. He'd made me promise not to call for an ambulance as he approached his final days at home, with what was left of his dignity, which for an alcoholic isn't very much. And my mum, who I loved more, not that one should play favourites, and her calm and deep reconciliation with an imminent mortality of the cancerous kind. We thought the same thoughts, we dreamed the same dream. Sadly, I go forward alone. You can't save a man who has turned yellow, nor the terminally ill, be it cancer or booze. It can't just be kissed better. Mummy's brave, mortally wounded little soldiers. The same goes for a woman discarded by her family to die in an Indian stairwell. Introducing a welfare system for 1 billion people is going to take a lot more than the Herculean post-war task that the Labour Party in England undertook to create one in Britain. Still in existence and free at the time of writing. Even then, people fall through the gaps. Those on the right of politics ensure these exist in the system. As B.R. Ambedkar once said, the caste system is like an apartment block with no stairs and no exit. You die on the floor you were born on. At least she has some stairs. I hope she gets the strength to climb them. You can't move for star-crossed lovers here, except Juliet ends up in an abusive relationship married off to an older whiskey-drinking man in some village, while Romeo, it is hoped by society, will grow up one day to beat a wife of his very own. Despite this misogynistic patriarchy, where the numbers of farmers committing suicide grow in direct proportion to the size of the giant statues our glorious leader erects, despite the casual and horrific violence to women and children, the desolation of caste, that intractable structure of shame. Multinationals flourish while the poor live out their time in slums. Despite the Hindu purge of all that is not itself, and the crimes against humanity in Kashmir, India is a cloth akin to Joseph's coat. Punishing non-Hindus is Mother India self-harming. Despite all this, the magic here is still in abundance. Unlike any country I've ever seen, the playful nature of existence is never more tangible than in India. And unlike with the transphobic J.K. Rowling, the magic here is still very much alive. When asked my tarot card reader, "What the fuck am I really doing here?" she replied with a gentle grin, "You are happy here, you live here, and India is your home." Much like when a teacher where I volunteer said to me, "You love India, and India loves you." Is India herself the love I am looking for every time I cast a flower into Gangaji, the Ganges, and wish to find love? India, my sometimes cruel mistress, sometimes kind mother. Meanwhile, like my Bluetooth speaker, I'm still waiting for pairing. As we part at night, my Bhutanese friend advises me, "Sweet dreams. When you go to sleep, don't stay here. Go and see your friends, your family, your country. And when you wake up, come back here again." Much love and sweet dreams from the Himalayas.